Good morning and welcome to today's College Football Playoff Champions News Conference. We are joined by Michigan head coach Jim Harbaugh, Most Outstanding Offensive Player of the Game Blake Corum, and Most Outstanding Defensive Player of the Game Will Johnson. Coach, we'll let you start with an opening statement and then we'll take questions.
Just really happy, excited, and I want to thank the CFP, the entire week this week, the last week, everything conducive to getting our team ready to play. I want to congratulate Washington, Kalen DeBoer, fantastic coach, and their staff, all their players. I mean, they competed so hard, played so well, and our guys too. It's real credit to the game of football, and proud of our guys for coming out on top.
Let's take questions. We're going to begin right over here on our left, second row.
Blake, congrats on the offensive MVP or whatever. What's the title officially?
Officially, it's the Most Outstanding Offensive Player of the Game.
Well deserved. Can you also speak to the performance of your running back mate, Donovan Edwards, and just how you guys were able to do it together on that big of a stage?
Yeah, he kicked it off nice and early, you know, with two. I think it's the first time ever in the CFP era that someone had two 40-yard touchdowns, and, you know, Donovan deserved it. Donovan deserved it. The Don's back. You know, I loved seeing it. Shout out to Don. I love him a lot.
Take our next question slightly further back on our left.
Jim, after the game last night, you mentioned the team being innocent. I was wondering if you can expand on that a little bit.
Yeah, people asked how we dealt with the distractions, and that was one of the ways we dealt with it. We knew we were innocent, so we stood tall, upright, and innocent.
Have our next question over here on our right side, third row.
For both players, last year at this time, you guys certainly had the feeling you could run it back again and be here again. I know, Blake, you're leaving, but Will, do you get the same sense that you guys can run something back again next year?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we got a great group of guys that'll be back next year that are super talented in my class, and other guys that'll come back too. So I'm just ready to keep enjoying this right now while I can, and get back to work whenever we get started again.
Blake?
Yeah, I definitely think the guys will run it back. You know, they know what it takes. They know what it's like, and something, you know, Coach Harbaugh always says is don't get a big head. And none of the guys on the team will have a big head after this win. Obviously, we'll enjoy the moment right now, but, you know, the guys will be ready to go back to work with Coach Herb and with their coaches. And I definitely believe the Wolverines will be back.
Going to come here to the middle aisle on our right, third row.
Kirk Bowles from the Austin American-Statesman. Jim, a lot of people feel like college football may be in chaos with, you know, all the stuff with NIL, transfer portals, the playoff format that's changing. Do you think it's a sustainable model? And if you could change one thing about college football, what would it be?
The thing I would change about college football is to let the talent share in the ever-increasing revenues. I mean, we're all robbing the same train, and the ones that are, you know, in the position to, you know, do the heavy lifting, the ones that, you know, risk life and limb out there on a football field are the players, and not just football players, student athletes. The organizations are fighting hard to keep all the money. The universities, the NCAA, the conferences, and it's long past time to let the student athletes share in the ever-increasing revenues. I mean, it's billions. I mean, I keep reading facts and about how much money's being made. I mean, product placement. Yeah, I can't have a can of a different kind of soda up here. I got to put it into a cup here. I mean, everybody is, they're maximizing every single revenue source there is, and but they're not sharing it with the talent. I mean, and there's no business that would ever fly. I mean, the Supreme Court has said the same thing. So, yeah, that's a big one. Yeah, I would change that one. And there needs to be a voice for the young people, the student athletes. Right now, there is no voice. I mean, there are armies of attorneys, and I've seen them, at the NCAA, I've seen them at the universities, the conferences, and then, if they don't have enough firepower legally, I mean, they go out and hire, the tall building law firms, and they get more firepower. It's just, but there's no voice for the student athletes right now, and it just needs to change. That's a wrong needs to be righted, and I'm starting to compile a list of just the excuses that people give, for not. It's complicated. Well, what about this? What about that? All I know is there's plenty there. There's some. I've simple math. I mean, anybody that's profiting off of the student athletes, me included. Anybody who's drawing a salary, making a livelihood. A lot of people sitting here, robbing the same train as well. That it could take 5 to 10% less of what they're getting. Every organization, universities, a lot of them that are, collecting that money tax-free. At least if you gave it to these guys, it'd go back into the economy, through taxes. The NCAA, the conference commissioner, the Big Ten office, all the conferences, 5 to 10% into a pool. That's one way. And things happened fast this year. You saw it. I mean, people say it's complicated or it takes time. We saw a lot of change, in 1 year, just this year. A whole conference went into the portal overnight. So, these things could happen. Hopefully there be some real, I don't know, I mean, for a long time people say, that unionizing would be bad. I mean, maybe it's that if people aren't going to do it, if they're not going to do it out of their own goodwill and do what's right, I mean, that's probably the next step. But you think, I mean, got nothing against unions, so that's the next step, fellas. I mean, I think that's the way you got to go. That's what I'd like to see change, in college athletics.
Take our next question, fourth row on our left.
Ryan Zoot, Ann Arbor News. Jim, what do you remember most about what Biff Poggi told you about Blake Corum during the recruiting process, and how did he kind of embody that during his Michigan career?
Yeah, I mean, there wasn't one person who didn't have something great to say about Blake Corum during the recruiting process. Everybody came in contact with, teachers, at the school. You could go back to the grade school coaches. Biff loved him like a son. Coach Masai, everybody, and the counselors, everybody. And then get to see it for your own eyes. It's, man, they don't come any better. This is as good as they come. Same with Will. They're just stalwarts. And it's
Thank you, Coach.
Really everything that their parents, both of these parents, poured into Will, poured into Blake, poured in a great work ethic, discipline, and there's this empathy side of both these young men that's very rare when it comes to, a stalwart, a competitor, but also they care about other things than just themselves. I mean, two great ones. People talk about younger generation and what's the next generation going to be like, and it's going to be the demise of the culture. But we're in really good hands. We're in really good hands with guys like Will Johnson and Blake Corum and all the players, all the youngsters that I come in contact with on a daily basis.
Next question right here on the aisle, third row.
Jim, you came back to Michigan to help rebuild your alma mater. Now with a national championship trophy, do you feel like the mission has been accomplished in revitalizing this program?
It's been a team effort all the way. Nothing fancy, no surprises, just good old-fashioned, roll up your sleeve, hard work and teamwork. It's been a beautiful thing. It's so often the goal is you're chasing perfection, and it's hard to be perfect, and rarely comes around. And you hope to achieve excellence along the way, but gosh, yeah, it was perfect. It was perfect 15-0. Congratulations. It wasn't just resolution, guys just talking about it. It was repetition, daily repetition, good old-fashioned hard work and teamwork.
Come over here on our right, second row on the aisle.
For any of you guys, after completing this journey here in Houston, is it safe to say this city will always have a special place in your hearts?
Let's start with you, Blake.
Start with me. Oh, 100%. 100%. This is the best game. I've been playing ball since 6, and this is the most fun season, first of all. Team 144 is a very special team, and when we talk about brotherhood, Team 144 is the definition of brotherhood. But that game yesterday, that goes down as the greatest game I've ever played in because of who I played in it with. And definitely Houston will be remembered forever.
Will?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's my first time being out here, but like Blake said, just having these memories with my teammates, just enjoying these last days we had with this Team 144, it's meant a lot, it meant everything. And that game, I'm still trying to grasp everything that happened yesterday, but it's a great feeling.
Yeah, likewise. We had a great time here in January of 21 with the family, Sarah and the kids. We're here for the Bear Bryant Award, and my little guy Johnny, I mean, he wants to be an astronaut now because of that experience and going to NASA. But yeah, this definitely takes it to an even another level. Hospitality was tremendous. Just great. And I know all of our family and our parents, extended family in the Michigan football family, we're all treated top notch. Everybody was real good to us and square dealing down here in Houston, and we had a great time. Loved it. It's definitely will have a special place in our heart going forward. Me personally, anyway. And Nico, great to see Nico, right?
Great to see Nico.
We were here watching the game. Congratulations to the Texans, to Coach D'Amico. I mean, we watched that game, and it was so cool to watch Nico just go crazy in that game. I mean, every time they threw him the ball, he caught it. Every target, every catch, those touchdowns, and cool to see him wearing the letter jacket.
Yeah.
After the game, all of it, and so many guys. I mean. So many former players, Michigan football players. I know Mozzie was here.
Hassan.
Jabril.
DJ. There's a lot of guys there.
Yeah, keep naming them. Man.
Olu
was here. Michael Wainu.
Stuber.
Jared Wangler.
I think Caesar Ruiz.
Caesar was here? Good.
So, yeah.
It was a great turnout. Just warms the cockles of your heart for them to come back and share that, and all their contributions too. There's so many so many guys that made so many contributions, players, coaches, staff, you know, and we went through a lot of things. I mean, getting to the CFP and not winning, that kind of thing, not being, you know, some of those games. 2016, I mean, coming up, we thought that measurement was short. The fourth down, we thought we were, but sometimes you got to go through those things. You know, you got to go through things. You know, to get where you are, it's meant to be. Just lean on the counsel of God and the Holy Spirit, and you know, there's a time and the place. Our guys have never flinched, though, and never rejected the moment. You know, there's a time to live, there's a time to die, but there's never a time to reject the moment. And that's one thing I can say about, you know, every single Michigan football team that I've coached since I've been here. The guys have always given it their best and had at it. And, you know, this team 144, you know how I feel about them. I think they are the team. So, great.
We'll come over here, right side on the aisle.
Jim, you've got a very powerful voice about these issues you've been talking about for a while. I don't want to put you on the spot, but would you be willing to meet with some of the stakeholders, right? You know, maybe a Charlie Baker at the NCAA, some of these people representing the players, trying to get them, you know, trying to form a union or representation?
Yeah, anybody. I think they know my number.
You ain't hard to find.
But definitely, you know, and Debbie Dingle, you know, talking to many, you know, Fred Upton has had a lot of interest in it, and you know, we're just our friends, you know, just trying to, you know, form people to talk about this and really just get on the side of the players. Coaches, hopefully they'll use their voice. More people, just more. It's one thing we know. We need more for this cause.
Go to the second row right here, middle.
Blake, this question is for you, Brianna McNary, off the fields in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. What do you want your Michigan legacy to be? You know, and then what did you take away from this journey? All the adversity you faced and all of the cheating allegations, a lot of adversity, and you overcame it, came out on top. So what did you take away from that?
Yeah, the way I want to be remembered is I just want to be remembered as a Michigan man, someone who, you know, did good on the field, but also did good in the community, did good in the classroom, and, you know, laid a foundation for the next generation. You know, when I pass away, I honestly don't want to be remembered for, you know, a touchdown record or anything like that, but more so just a kind human being that brought smiles to people's faces and just made a difference, you know, made an impact on and off the field. That's honestly how I want to be remembered. And, you know, talking about the journey, it was a great journey, just from, you know, where we started freshman year during COVID and to where we are now. It was truly a great process, a great learning experience. And for me, going down last year and, you know, in my mind, I just felt like I was helpless during the TCU game. It was a great journey. You know, I grew as a man, I grew as a football player, and most importantly, I grew as a leader, which I think has helped, you know, Team 144 get to where we are today, along with the rest of the leaders on the team. So, you know, I've embraced every part of this, and, you know, I just want to thank Coach Harbaugh for everything he's done. Best coach in the nation. I'm so glad, you know, I've been coached by him for the last 4 years.
Can I get that in writing?
Oh, most definitely.
We're going to go back to our friends on the dais up there.
Mark Pearson, WNEM, CBS affiliate, Saginaw Flint area. I know obviously celebrating here in Houston is fun, but what are you expecting the atmosphere to be like when you get back to Ann Arbor?
Electric.
Yeah, well, we're pretty excited about that. Hearing some good things. Parade. I think everybody just wants a parade. I mean, talking to the players, hey, what do you guys want? What do you want to do? Celebrate this? And go, we love a parade. So who doesn't love a parade, right?
Who doesn't?
We're going to move over here to our left.
Hey, for Blake and Will, the NFL's been interested in your coach for years. How do you guys deal with, well, he might be back, he may not be. How do y'all deal with that?
Will?
I mean, there's a reason they're so interested in him. I mean, he's a great coach. He deserves to be looked at in that light. But I mean, I'm not too worried about it. I trust whatever decision he makes is best for him and best for the team. And I'm just trying to enjoy where we are right now and worry about anything like that when the time comes.
Blake?
Yeah,
We're interested in you, Blake. We're interested in you, Will.
Like Will said, Coach Harbaugh is such a phenomenal coach, and if you look up just his legacy as a player and as a coach, he's won everywhere he's gone. And maybe it took a couple years, but Coach, at the end of the day, is a winning coach, and he's won every single place he's been to. And so who wouldn't want him? Who has it better than Coach Harbaugh? Nobody. When things come up like that, we're like, hey, Coach, you got to do what's best for you. We just stick to the task at hand. But when you have a great coach like that, everyone wants a piece of you. And, I'm just glad, the University of Michigan has Coach Harbaugh.
I'm going to go down here, fourth row on our left aisle.
All right. Mark Russell, QB, Houston area. This question is directed at Coach Harbaugh. So you played for the great Bo Schembechler. So I know rest in peace for him. But what would that mean to him, smiling down from heaven, and also what it means to you being a former player of Michigan, being able to win a national championship as a coach?
So much. I think about that. I think about Bo Schembechler in heaven looking down, and I think there's some things he'd be talking about coming off the ball with lower pad level, and but I think he'd be really, really pleased. Rush for the ball for like 300 yards. He'd really love Blake Corum. He would love him. Like we do. Yeah, just makes you feel good. Other things, I mean, to get to 1,000 wins this year, that was such a thing. We were just for a couple of years now, we've been counting that down. To do it this year, do it in this fashion, now have 1,004 wins. No team has won more. It's in the video that we. My dad Jack and I wrote back in like 2015 that James Earl Jones narrated. No team has won more. No high school team has got to 1,000 wins. No pro football team. No college team. That's something that 144 years of players, coaches, staff. We feel that. We know contributed to that, and we're very proud of that. And to get there first, it was a race, it was a challenge, and our guys stepped up to it, and with aplomb. So many things. We're just happy and proud, and go blue, guys. Guys did a job and did it great.
Take our next question in the back on the right.
Jim, your father told us last night that you always want a challenge. It's what drives you. What do you think your next challenge is? What do you hope to accomplish the rest of your career?
Back to the, everybody, it's always, either people want to look at the past or look at the future. Definitely going to just enjoy this, as Blake said. This is one of those moments where it was a great feeling last night, and as good as the one waking up this morning. Okay, that wasn't a dream. That was real. We're national champs.
Yeah.
And we're going to look forward to the happy flight back to Ann Arbor today, and the parade. Hadn't been in too many parades. That'll be fun. That's gonna enjoy that. Really looking forward to it.
Come over here on our far left on the aisle.
My name is Thomas Hauk, Michigan minority. December 30th, 2014, in a cold winter day in December, you came to Michigan. And to see you and your father and your mother and your family celebrate, what was that feeling to celebrate with your family? And your dad was jacked. I'm just letting you know, your dad was jacked last night during the tunnel.
Oh, I know.
He's screaming, who's got it better than us? And I screamed with him, but I'm just being honest with you. But how does that feel to be with your parents and you have your whole family there last night?
It was the best, felt the best. And it was great to see all of our families down there, shoulder to shoulder. Hugged my dad, and he hugged me so hard, his head, like, cut the bridge of my nose, just my glasses went. Should have took my glasses off. But felt great. Mom, brother, sister, brother-in-law, sisters-in-law, nieces, nephews, just everybody, all the families, together was beautiful. Beautiful thing. Felt great. Yeah, and that was I remember it well. That was a very cold, wintry day, and temperatures in the minuses. That was like, what a day. We love the changes against the seasons in Ann Arbor. Love these guys. Love the way they just they rise to the challenge. They never get bitter. They get better. It's just a great time. Great. A lot of things you're thinking about, nostalgia and things, and just a really good feeling. Thank you for the question.
We can take our final question right over here on the right on the aisle.
Yeah, Coach Harbaugh, Chuck Culpepper from the Washington Post. The day you were hired, think about it, here you were hired at a place for which you had a deeper and stronger affinity than most coaches when they're hired somewhere, I think it's fair to say. And then for the first 6 seasons, you were usually very, very good, but still trying to get to great where you are now. How hard were those 6 seasons? How trying were they in retrospect?
I don't know. I don't know how hard they were. I never really looked at it as hard. I don't. They were joyful days. I mean, I don't have wouldn't have changed a thing. I got a few regrets. But just a few, and just some of the best times. And like I said last night, I mean, what an exclamation point our guys put on this season. Took on all comers. We're the last one standing. Feels great to be the champs, and I get to. I mean, in my own family, to be my dad's won a national championship. My brothers won a Super Bowl. I mean, it's really cool. Feel like I can hold my head up high now, at least be at their same level. Not sit at the kids' table anymore. Get to join the big person's table. How about that? You're the only guy. But not anymore, So yeah, that feels great too.
Coach Will, Blake, thank you very much and congratulations.
Thank you.
That concludes today's news conference. Have a great day. Couple minutes. Thank you. If we can just give us a couple minutes and we'll start the next news conference momentarily.
Hey guys, hang on. We got Blake here too. Yeah, Will, if you want to jump in with him too.
Safe travels. Thank you.
One, two. 1, 2.
Okay, if we could get, hello. If we could get everybody's attention, we'll be ready to begin here. If you want to take your seats, we'll start the host committee news conference here. Thank you.
Morning, everyone. I'm Bill Hancock. I'm Executive Director of the College Football Playoff. We appreciate your being here this morning. What an event we had last night. My goodness, what an atmosphere in the stadium. It was just an awesome night for college football and a fitting conclusion to the 10th year of the CFP. We're already looking forward to building for number 11. But I want to start off today and just really thank our hosts from Houston. The city, the public service people were just awesome. And we couldn't have asked for more. And likewise, the Houston Host Committee. Thank you to them, everyone involved. Janice, Chris, they just stepped up and made it a really, really special time for us. We're going to miss them. We've been working with them for, I don't know, 3 or 4 years. And when we first got the bid, Janice promised us that the temperature would be 70 degrees. She got it in the morning, and she kind of messed up in the afternoon. So that's about 50-50 for Janice. But they're great. And Houston folks, do not take them for granted. They are awesome. They know how to think. They think like their guests do. And I don't know how they pull this off in Houston. Maybe it's the mayor, maybe somebody else. But the friendliness of the people here is remarkable. Houston has a small town spirit that carries over to this big city. I've never seen anything like it in a big city, so y'all should be really proud of that. I want to move on with our program this morning, and we're going to pass the baton off to Atlanta metaphorically. But first of all, I'd like to introduce a good guy, Houston Mayor John Whitmire. Mayor?
Good morning. During my
public service career, I've participated in a lot of events, but I don't think I've ever attended one that is representing a sticker presentation, a passing the baton from one great city to another. And it so represents the best in people that Houston has so successfully presented a major event. And things like this don't just happen, but it took years of preparation. Some things are worth waiting for. And I could spend all of my allotted time bragging on the Houston team, and certainly Mr. Hancock, who was rightfully recognized last night during the ball game. But to our first responders, our fire, police, our municipal employees, our EMS, I could just go on. And Bill is absolutely correct. What we're so proud of are our people. The friendliness in this great city, a large city, cannot be found anywhere else. So to everyone, Janice Burke, Chris, their team that so successfully concluded at the ball game last night. And let me also tell you that weather was all planned. I just want you to know. We wanted you to experience the Houston experience. Our timing was off a little. This storm was going to blow in Sunday night, and we would have woken up yesterday morning with these blue skies. But you get to experience the Houston weather. A norther will come through, and we just carry on. And I was at the game last night, and it was a thrill. Look forward to watching Atlanta with their successful efforts. So at this time, I would recognize Chris Massey, who's the president of Houston 2024 College Championship effort. And quite frankly, I look forward to seeing all of you and the Atlanta team this time next year. And it'll be an exciting time. And thank you, Houstonians, for your patience and your friendliness and once again, showing that Houston can successfully hold a major event. Matter of fact, this is Atlanta's second opportunity to have the championship game, and so now they're kind of our model. We look forward to the championship game returning to Houston in the near future. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Mayor Whitmire, and good morning. As you said, some things really are worth waiting for, and after well over a year and many years before that of hard work, it's great to see the success and the fruits of our team's labor. We've had a number of successes this weekend, and we couldn't have done it without our Houston Host Committee and our staff at the Harris County Houston Sports Authority. I want to share a few of those statistics from over the events of this past weekend. We were able to put on the strongest showing ever for a trophy trot with over 1,700 registered participants. Some of them, most of them, I think all of them, much faster than myself. We had over approximately 100,000 guests welcome into our community that got to take part in all the fanfare and free activities around town, whether it was the Fan Fest at the George R. Brown Convention Center or the free concert series over at Shell Energy Stadium. Proud to say that we had over 4,000 area teachers that registered for our Extra Yard for Teacher Summit, yet another CFP record. Through our Houston Loves Teachers Legacy Program, we were able to positively impact thousands of teachers around our community. We were able to connect with 20 area districts, and we're able to provide classroom resources, professional development, teacher appreciation, and classroom renovations across our great community to really focus on teacher retention, recruitment, and just giving an extra thank you to those amazing educators in our community. Additionally, we were able to unveil 8 mural programs where we had partnerships with area professional artists, mentoring students across our community, leaving lasting works of art that they can be proud of and look forward to arriving and seeing on their campuses for many years to come. As a reminder, we have 3 more mural projects still to unveil throughout our community, and with the Houston Loves Teachers campaign just getting started, this is one, and those are just a few of those next touch points that we have on the horizon as we continue to build the volume, the scale, and the opportunity that Houston Loves Teachers and that platform has provided us to thank our area educators. I want to take a moment to thank our Houston Host Committee Board. A special thanks to our Chair, June. Without your phenomenal leadership, this wouldn't have been possible. to my fiance, Brooke, for giving me the support and guidance that I needed, and patience, most importantly, through this journey. And through our Harris County Houston Sports Authority Board for putting me in this position to lead such an amazing team on a journey that will certainly leave a lasting memory in my mind for many, many years to come. And with that, I want to introduce my boss and our CEO of the Harris County Houston Sports Authority, Janice Burke.
I feel like I need a step stool here. Look, this was a great week. The influx of visitors, approximately 100,000 of them, greatly benefits our city. We are projecting an economic impact of approximately $200 million from all the activities conducted throughout the weekend. This created additional employment opportunities and strengthened the standing of many of our businesses, even small businesses, thus aligning with both our mission and vision of improving the lives of Houstonians through high-level sporting events that we bring to town, such as this one. This weekend's success also comes in large part in a thanks to our volunteers. Hundreds of our fellow Houstonians donated their time to ensure that visitors felt very welcome and they had all the information they needed to get to everything we had to offer this weekend. They are truly the secret sauce that complements our success. Their enthusiasm and professionalism prove once again that it really takes a full team of people to accomplish an event of this magnitude. To those who helped out, I just want to say thank you very much for your efforts. I'd be remiss if I didn't take time and a moment to thank Chris Massey, who is the president of our host committee. He's been on our team, and Chris started as an intern many years ago with me, and I'm proud like a mother looking at him, although we are co-workers, and I don't look at him as a son in that regard, but he is just, I've watched him grow, and I know that his future is really bright in the sports industry. And Chris, thank you. I know you put your heart and soul into it, and we couldn't have done it without you. I'd also like to thank June Dedrick. June was our volunteer chair. She spent a lot of time. She loves football. I don't think anybody in this city loves football more than June. June, thank you, and we're going to have you come up for a photo op as soon as we're done here. But I just, again, our police officers, the city of Houston, we all worked together to make sure that everybody had a great time, but a safe time. And so I really, really appreciate all of their efforts. The next round of bidding for College Football Playoff National Championship host cities opens up here soon. We've always stated that we want this to be the first of many opportunities to host the national championship. And so I want to say a huge thank you to the College Football Playoff and College Football Playoff Foundation staff who worked alongside of us. And thank you for entrusting us with this event. Hopefully, it is just the first of many. We hope that you will come back. We didn't know when we bid for this many years ago that, number one, that my home team would be in the running, and so that was really exciting for me. I grew up in Michigan, and to see that big win was awesome. We didn't know that we would be the last city to host under this current format, and we certainly didn't know that it would be Bill Hancock's last time hosting as the executive director of College Football Playoffs. So we wanted to make it special when we heard that. We really put in extra efforts. Bill and his wife, Nikki, have been such great friends, and I'm really going to miss them. But what a legacy, Bill, you left. And I hope that this time in Houston, this last one for you, was special, because it sure was for us. So with that, again, we thank everybody in the community, and we look forward to hosting, hopefully, once again in the future. Thank you.
There's a tradition in college football. When a player makes a good play, he gets a helmet sticker. And we have embraced that in college football playoff. And I want to say that Houston absolutely did a great job. So we have the opportunity, the cool opportunity, to affix the helmet sticker with all the other CFP hosts. So let's see, Janice, I think you just affix.
Do I give you the trash?
You give me the trash. That's my job.
Okay.
Find Find a spot for it. Beautiful. Perfect. Here, let me jump in here. We'll do a little.
Yes, please.
CFP. Everybody good? Great. All right, thank you. Thank you, Janice and Chris, again. Wonderful job. Well, the clock has started. In just a little over a year from now, the CFP will return to Atlanta. As Mayor Whitmire noted, Atlanta is the first city to have CFP twice. This one will be special. They were terrific hosts for us, and we're already starting to plan for next year's activities. Let's take a look at what's in store for us in Atlanta.
A truly memorable moment gains perspective from the others that came before.
And they are the national champions of college football.
Fueled by past triumphs.
Your BCS national champions, the first national champions of the playoff era.
Heartbreaks.
That close to victory. And not a happy ending for Peyton Manning.
History.
Put him up there with the all-time greats.
The sport we love holds its heritage in the highest regard. But it never shies away from a bold leap. A new era of the college football playoff no longer waits in the wings. It has arrived. Its next moment, merging the tradition we know with the evolution we've only dreamt of. In a place where a moment can live forever. And set the stage for the next great moment to come.
Well, good morning. My name is Dan Corso with the Atlanta Host Committee, and right off the top, I want to apologize for my voice. I think it's a good indication of just how great this weekend was, and what a good time that was had by all, and so thankful to be with all of you here today. Congratulations to the CFP, and congratulations to Houston on putting on just an incredible event. This is really the top event in the country, and Houston did a great job in hosting it in their first time. Being here this morning and seeing the helmet sticker ceremony really takes us back in Atlanta just a few years ago when we held it for the first time in 2018. And in this press conference takes us back to 2017 in Tampa when we were on the clock for that first event in 2018. And we're so thankful to be back here again at this press conference to prepare for 2025 as the first city to repeat as a host for this great event. 2025 is going to be a remarkable event for us in Atlanta, working closely with the CFP. We do not take lightly the value of hosting the event a second time. This event continues to grow and get bigger and bigger, as you've seen this weekend, and our city continues to grow and get bigger and bigger and ready to accommodate events like this. We've already begun the planning, as Bill mentioned, with Byron and the team here at the CFP, and now that we're officially on the clock, we look forward to continuing that planning and getting the event ready to go in our great city. The game date will be January 20th of 2025, which, as you know, is MLK Day. an important day in this country and especially an important day in Atlanta. And we look forward to building that into our programming and our planning. You cannot do an event like this event without great city leadership. You saw that here and at Houston. You saw the mayor and his remarks. And we're so thankful to have a mayor and a mayor's office that's so behind these big sporting events in our planning. They get really engaged and involved. And we're thankful to have a representative from the mayor's office here today. And I'm going to hand it over to Lisa Benjamin, the Chief Operating Officer for the City of Atlanta. Lisa.
Good morning, and thank you, Dan, and thank you to the CFP and to the City of Houston and to Mayor Whitmire for such a great event last night, a game and a national championship. On behalf of our mayor, Andre Dickens, I want to thank CFP for choosing Atlanta for the second time. Second time around is the best time around. Atlanta has always been unique in that we have a public, private, and nonprofit partnership with our business community that allows us to work on things hand in hand, whether it's reducing crime, whether it's affordable housing, and most importantly for this event, hosting the CFP for 2025. We think in all of our events, you've seen what our mayor calls as a group project. It is an unprecedented collaboration with our partners in Atlanta, and we have been planning and we are ready. We are excited to host this event on Martin Luther King holiday because it is historic for our city and it is historic for our mayor. And in fact, Mayor Dickens couldn't be here today because we're celebrating the 50th anniversary of the inauguration of Maynard Jackson, who was the first African-American mayor in the city of Atlanta. And it was a historic event because it was the beginning of opportunities and access and inclusivity in Atlanta that makes it a very special place. We're excited to have the CFP and to have a special event for Martin Luther King Jr. Day, which represents all of the values and honors the legacy of Martin Luther King Jr. On behalf of our mayor, I'd like to thank and invite all of you to be part of the City of Atlanta's 2025 CFP event for the National Championship. We are excited for the Sports Council, and we thank Dan for his leadership. And we are also excited that we have great partners at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. So please join me in bringing the president of A&B Sports and Entertainment, Tim Zulamski, up to the stage. Tim?
Good day, everybody. Thank you, Dan and Lisa. On behalf of Mercedes-Benz Stadium, Arthur Blank Sports and Entertainment, it's a true honor to follow the City of Houston and the Houston Local Operating Committee and the excellent job that they did in hosting the championship. I'd like to also congratulate the University of Washington, the University of Michigan in playing in the national championship game, and a special congratulations to Coach Harbaugh and the Wolverines in winning the match in the game. To put on world-class events, you need great partners. We're fortunate in Atlanta and in Georgia to have just that. So I'd like to take a minute to thank Frank Poe from the Georgia World Congress Center, William Pate from Atlanta Convention Visitors Bureau, Dan Corso, who you met recently here from Atlanta Sports Council, as well as Lisa Benjamin from the Mayor's Office, Mayor Andre Dinkins, and of course, Governor Kemp. These folks are great partners that want to bring the best in life to Atlanta and to Georgia, and the national championship game is just that. Additionally, to Bill Hancock, Byron Hatch, thank you. You're not only excellent professionals, you're amazing people. We're so proud to have the opportunity to work with you on this journey. And Bill, as you ride off into the sunset, it's our true pleasure to do that with you at Mercedes-Benz Stadium and in Atlanta. In Atlanta, we like to think of ourselves as the epicenter of college football. We get the privilege of hosting 6 to 8 major championships, or football games, each year. Some are done with our local institutions, Georgia Tech, Georgia, and nearby Clemson. Others are the college kickoff games, the Aflac College Kickoff Game, the Celebration Bowl, the Peach Bowl, the SEC Championship. We've had a great privilege of working with many people that are part of the institution of college football, whether it be Commissioner Sankey, Gary Stoken, excuse me, John Grant and ESPN with the Celebration Bowl in order to put on these games. We're also the home of the College Football Hall of Fame. And so when we think of the national championship, we don't feel, no disrespect to Houston, but we feel that it should be in Atlanta. In fact, when we were going through our discussions prior with Bill, I asked if it could be in Atlanta every year. Unfortunately, we got to share the wealth. So as we go forward, Mercedes-Benz Stadium views or is operated by a mantra of welcome home. So with that, Bill, Byron, everyone that's involved in the decision of where the national championship game is, thank you for choosing us to be the home of the 2025 national championship, and as mentioned, the two-time home of the national championship. Excuse me. General Clark, Rich, as I understand you prefer to be called. The doors of Mercedes-Benz Stadium are open. Our associates are ready. Our community is ready to welcome you. We look forward to having you, Mr. Hancock, and the entire CFP family at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta and in Georgia in 2025. Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you, Tim. Over these last 10 years, the CFP has created memories in the host cities that will last forever. And they are memories that I will cherish also. We're looking forward to being back in Atlanta. I want to leave you with the fact that Houston just did a great job, and we cannot wait for the future. So thank you so much for being here. Y'all take care.
Bring the Atlanta group up for some photos over here by the trophy. Couple here and then we'll bring you guys in. Tim on the side. Yeah, there you go. All right, we'd like to then get a picture of everybody together here. We get the Houston and Atlanta folks on either side. So it's, you guys step to the left, and we'll get the Atlanta. Yeah. The Houston folks in. All right. Thank you very much for attending today. All of our participants will be available for any question and answers here on the floor afterwards.